Perfect. Oh my God. Okay, so I just hit record. I'm here with a close friend of the show, um, Dylan Sullivan of Pork Butt. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thank you so much.
So if you don't know, Dylan is a stylist for a lot of people. He's styled for Lil Peep, for Pop Smoke, and just about any young rapper who's died within the last 3 years. So that's something that a lot of people are really excited about, and it's gotten your name around
Also,
town.
Milo Yiannopoulos. So,
Yeah,
really diverse client.
yeah. How was I actually, it's funny. I meant to ask, how was working with him? Is he, like, is he as nice as people say he is, or what?
Oh, he's a total sweetheart. Like, honestly, the things that he says and everything like that, it's like really not who he is.
Yeah, the only time I've really ever, had a problem with him is when he punched me in the stomach. Um, but
Yeah.
I looked at him weird, like it
Well, that's
was
the
my
thing.
fault.
As long as you don't look at him weird, and as long as you're kind of not like in one of the groups he doesn't like, then you're totally cool and he's a totally nice guy.
Yeah, yeah, and I I love, I think those groups are cool, but when I'm around Milo, I get it. Not everyone's into everything.
He speaks his mind. And
And just devolving a Hollywood conversation into just far right racist. And you know what? You know what? He speaks his mind, to be honest. And no,
someone finally said it.
nobody does
Someone
it.
finally.
You know what? I may be a costume designer, but I do believe all those things. I believe. I like to
I
say them.
am notoriously the most uh, controversial stylist of all time, and not in my fashion choices, but I am very political for a stylist.
I mean, wildly. I was kicked off the Dick Cheney movie for making him look too good, um,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't
So
stop.
sorry, sorry, Mr. Cheney, you're gonna look amazing.
Oh, Mr. Cheney. Yeah. Oh God, sorry this took so long to get set up. Most of the problems were just me realizing that I was like muting something the entire time.
Kim Jong Un, more like Kim Jong Un.
Oh wow, she's also a fan of Kim
You
Jong
look
Un.
great.
She's just
Yeah.
not even like an American conservative, just across the board into dictators.
Like, everyone needs clothes if you really think about it.
Yeah, and like when Kim Jong Un's dad, Kim Jong Il, died, I think he deserved closure, and what that was for him was killing his uncles.
I actually did. I shouldn't say this, actually. I don't think I should say this on the podcast.
Oh my God, say it.
Okay, fine.
You
So,
bitch.
like, Kim Jong Un and I, like, had a thing for a little bit, but it was, like, kind of casual, kind of not. I kind of wanted it to be
Who are you talking about,
more than
Dylan?
something casual.
Dylan,
Hmm?
who are you talking about?
The dictator of North Korea, Kim Jong Un.
Oh, that was weird.
I know he's so weird about that sort of
He
stuff.
was
Like,
nice though.
I know. Well, that's the thing that threw me off. I was like, this guy's being so nice to me. Everything's great. He's texting back. Asking
Hmm.
how my day's going. La da la la da, ruling a country, whatever, doing that
Yeah,
sort of thing. And then all
totally.
of a sudden, it's like cold shoulder out of nowhere. And I'm like, I'm starting to think this guy's bad.
I was always suspicious of how much he worked. Because I remember one time we went to his office, and you remember it was like a huge room, like almost a football field, but just like one desk in it. And
Right.
I didn't know what he did there all day, to be honest.
Yeah. It, I kind of like was thinking the same thing, where it's like, what are you doing all day?
Yeah.
Why isn't there more things in this room?
And then he pushed you off your Peloton bike that one day, and I thought that was fucked up, to be frank.
I think it was an accident. People say
No,
that
it
it
wasn't,
wasn't.
because he bought it for you, and he said start exercising, and then you got it, and he immediately pushed you over, and I was thinking, for a
And those
world
things are
leader,
pretty heavy. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like
was a little messed up. That was that was the day where I was like, I don't know about this guy. There's
I mean,
something off.
I thought he was cool, but then I started sort of touring the countryside of North Korea and realized that it was kind of, I don't know, like ravaged by famine. And I remember when you asked him about it, he got weird.
Yeah, he got super weird about it. Like, cause when we were staying in the palace, it was all like everything's good, electricity,
Mm-hmm.
Wi-Fi,
Mm-hmm.
movies,
But
and
the
then you go
minute,
like literally 5 steps out, and it's like a barren wasteland.
yeah, and
So that
like,
was a little weird.
yeah, and like you're from Glendale originally, so that was a big culture shock.
I know. It's like going from Glendale to North Korea was such a culture shock.
Moving to the big city can be pretty daunting.
It could be pretty hard for a stylist from Glendale to live in North Korea, but
How are
I did
you
it.
gonna survive in Pyongyang? Coming this summer. Styling for Kim Jong
EOC.
Un, it's tough to style for Kim because he just has the one suit, and I tried to change it up one time. He cut off my finger. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
business.
and that's like really hard when you sew a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I kind of need my fingers. I know it's like cute and fun or whatever, but
You're
I don't
still
know. It's just
avoiding conflict. I
I
Kim.
don't know. He's charming.
I
But
mean, I remember you'd get mad at him, and then he would just give you that look, that he would give his people. And oh God, I mean, he could, take anyone away.
oh my god. And honestly, it's just like piercing eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, gosh, it is
That's
just so
what makes you
good.
fall in love with him. That's what makes
I mean,
that's what
that's
makes you.
head over heels. It is so good.
Something happens and I'm head over heels. Kim Jong Un, and I'm
Exactly.
head over heels.
And I
Yeah.
like I just love that like we can, get back together and just talk in these voices for, now 7 minutes 30 seconds. Um
Oh my god.
I love it.
It's been so nice being back to pork butt because everyone on the streets were talking. They're like, "Where's pork butt? Where's pork butt?
Where's
Where?
pork butt?
What are they gonna? Where's pork butt?"
Pork butt?
And yeah, we're silent God. But who cares?
Okay, well, we'll do it then. Gosh, to everyone listening, I am so sorry. I was having so much fun, and I looked at the screen, and I just noticed that it had just stopped recording for a little bit, probably about 2 minutes. Um, but we started talking about how me and Dylan are currently long distance. Why podcasts? Why how you're talking through the phone. Dylan, you're in
Yeah.
Austin. What's going on over there? You were saying it's really
Well,
bad. You're saying you feel scared of COVID. What's going on?
um, well, I didn't. But
Yeah, you did. You said
what
you're
I
terrified.
no, I
Terrified,
said
scared, and
opening.
stupid.
I said opening. Cooper, do not misquote me on this because this is very serious.
I didn't misquote you.
I think that opening the entire state of Texas is not only a great idea, but to make it even sweeter, no masks for anybody.
Dylan, have you been bought out by the Texas governor in the last 3 minutes that we stopped recording for a sec?
No, Mr. Abbott is a good Christian man, Cooper. And he's got a lot of money, but that's beside the point.
And he's got a lot of money, and he really scares me. But he is, gosh, is he a leader? He just wants people to let your freak flag fly. He's a hippie,
He's been
actually.
so nice. He sent 3 armed bodyguards to circle my apartment complex.
Wow,
Um,
you really pissed him off.
no, he's just making sure everything's good and that I don't say anything too out of the lines. But he cares about me. He has a lot of similar features with Kim Jong Un.
I just don't
in the fact
understand.
that they're just like a bunch of love bugs.
How do you keep getting involved with these guys?
I have no idea. It's like they come to me.
I
It's
feel like
so weird.
no, I think you have to be doing something, to be honest. And I think part of it is you going to the UN so much. Why do you do that?
You know, you meet people over the years who just want to hang, and
You
I love
gave
traveling.
Gaddafi a
And
blowjob. You sucked Gaddafi's dick.
I really don't want to talk about that on the podcast, Cooper.
I mean, it is what it is. You can not
Yeah,
talk
I guess
about
you're
it.
right.
I mean, yeah, you sucked his dick, and
People
then
slut shame so much. I'm just worried. You know,
I don't really think that's what you have to worry about. That part. I think it's
really.
more so just your association with him at all that people would. You
Oh,
know,
so like you don't think like, people are worried? Like, oh my god, like
no,
Dylan's like so whorish right now.
no, that's actually almost like a kind of like a that would be like fifth on the list. I don't even think it would make the list, to be honest. I feel like you're kind of making it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the only reason I'm doing it, just for the pleasure. But
the pleasure.
you know.
Just the pleasure of being with Muammar Gaddafi. He's a
being
lover.
held.
Being
held.
Being held by someone who wanted to do something and did it. And
have you ever read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Cooper?
No, probably why I'm not highly effective like you.
Well, I'll tell you something. I sucked Gaddafi's dick.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read that book, and I said, oh my god, I did it.
Yeah.
Who's Gaddafi, by the way? I actually don't know.
He was just a leader in the Middle East who got overthrown by his people, and part of it was that he was stabbed in the butthole while he died.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah, there's like sort of a coup, or at least they murdered him and hung his body up.
Wait, so I sucked off a dead guy?
Well, before he died, you thought it was cool because he had the palace.
It was like pretty recent. Like,
oh my god!
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize. I mean, that's just
no. You speak your truth.
He would. I just think he would be. I mean, it's been a few years. He'd probably be decomposed quite a bit by now. I could look it up, but that's kind of.
Yeah, it was weird that I was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about this anymore, honestly.
Okay, but it's like just tough to kind of walk away from. So let me just look up.
I know, but my friend Azealia Banks gave me some really good.
Here's the thing: he died in 2011, October, so
right.
Not fully 10 years, but about 9 years.
So that's like a pretty long time.
Yeah, when you said it was like a couple of weeks ago.
No, it's like 4 months ago.
You traveled internationally to do that? Right. Why?
Well, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you? It's the year of travel.
The year of travel?
Yeah, it's the Chinese year of travel. You know how they have like the year of the dragon.
There's just no more animals. So now it's just gone on to activities.
Yeah.
Wow.
Am I the? Did you not know about this?
No, I didn't. Gosh, what year is it now? Shopping?
Yeah, I think so.
It's the year of dance.
Oh my god. Yeah, so things are pretty nice. It snowed here.
Oh yeah.
6 inches.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There was like a there's like a blizzard there, right? I mean, were you in the thick of it?
Yeah, so I lost power and drinkable water.
Oh my god!
For about 6 days.
6?
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is not funny at all. Holy shit. I didn't know that you were like so in the thick of it. Did you have to go to
Yeah.
like water and
Not many
line?
people reached out. Not many people checked up on me.
Oh my god. I think I just assumed you were okay.
Yeah. Everybody did.
Just...
Maybe like 3 people reached out. Our group who were
We're such good friends, and I didn't even. You're like one of my closest friends.
I literally had to line up for hours to go to a food truck that was run by gas. That was the only food for miles.
Holy shit! That's horrific!
And I didn't have a phone. And even when I got my phone charged, the cell service towers, I guess, like froze over. So I couldn't call anybody.
Oh my god! So that's why you weren't able to do the podcast?
Yeah. That was basically it.
Is your home
luckily,
okay? Like, is your life okay right now? Have you recovered?
We recovered, so that's good.
Okay.
We had a friend who had a truck, and they have a podcast studio. So we stayed that had power. So 2-3 days into it, I stayed at a podcast studio for a few days, and I was surviving being off of beer and beef jerky. So you could say Austin's pretty fun.
Did you have water or just only beer?
There's some water bottles. But if I hadn't have made that friend, then I would be dead.
If you moved to Austin for like opportunity and then died in a blizzard like a month in, like it's fucking Oregon Trail, like.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan wanted to be a star.
Fortunately, we had to eat our neighbor, which was super crazy. But,
man, that is
his girlfriend's still alive, so that's good.
That is a dangerous place to be right now. Oh my god, no masks. There's holy shit. God.
Well, if it's better, everyone can have a gun, so that makes me feel a little bit safer.
Well,
like just like like you see that kid in class that's like really quiet, like keeps on scratching women's eyes out in notebooks.
Yeah.
He can get a gun, so it's good because that like the good guys have guns, and even though some bad guys have guns, everyone's got guns.
Well, that's good. Oh god, yeah. I'm sorry I didn't send you a text.
Yeah, no, kind of disappointing, but that's how. Now I know that if I'm on a ship stranded in the ocean, I can't make calls, but people can call me, I should drown myself early. Try to escape the sharks.
I gotta get better at checking in, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, not even so much when life is normal, but like, I don't know, maybe when
like if I heard about that sort of thing.
Right, like if you heard that it was below freezing temperatures and there was no power, drinking water, or heat available for a friend, and all the roads were too bad to travel anywhere.
I could
check in.
I could ask.
Say hi.
Yeah, I
Shoot
could.
a text.
Oh gosh, I mean,
How are things in California?
Great.
That's good to hear.
Awesome every day. I mean, they said it was going to rain today, and then it didn't. So that was good.
Oh yeah, you almost got a little rain.
Yeah, they said it was gonna, but didn't.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's tough.
Yeah. It's been fine though. It's been good. Same old stuff. I'm in
Mm.
school. I saw a new therapist for the first time yesterday.
What
Um,
happened to your old one?
he died.
What?
He died.
Oh, this was a while ago.
No,
Yes,
I'm
I forget.
joking. It's just It's just COVID. I stopped going to see him, and then
Yeah.
I just didn't go back because I was like, you know, he's just toxic. And no, he was fine. He would just sort of just listen to me, which is good. But then eventually you're just there for a year and you're like, I feel like I'm just coming and talking to you for no goddamn reason.
Yeah. Why do therapists not like give you any answers? That's what I always hated about therapy.
I
Like,
th-
I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to just guess until I get it right. You fucking lazy fuck.
yeah, that's
And
what
they
I
know
didn't
what's
get.
wrong. They know your character flaws within like the first meeting. You
Yeah.
know. and and they're like, no, you figure it out. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's what we're paying you for.
I think that's why
You
a lot
figure
of
it out.
that's why like a lot of therapists will seem good the first time because they'll get it, and then you're just there for 3 months, and you're like, well, you're just a jackass. That really like I
Yeah,
just feel like I'm coming in talking, and then you're like, I know what that is, and you're like, all right,
exactly. It's you're gonna hide the secret.
yeah,
I once had a file of a therapist, and it was saying like they never told me what was wrong with me, and then the file
oh my god,
with me and everything, and I was like, my therapist
wait,
and my parents didn't like show me.
you
I
just
was like,
cut
what?
out. You cut out when you said what the file said. I don't know why you cut out. It's been fine before, but
I don't know.
they didn't show you. What did the file say?
I don't know exactly what it said. It said something like fucking psychopath or something like that. I don't know.
No, it didn't. What do you mean? What did it say? You cut out. You said something. Were you lying? What happened?
It said like something like triple schizophrenic. I don't know. Something
That's not
weird.
even a thing. You can't be double something, Dylan.
Yeah, but you could definitely be triple.
No. Oh, come
No, I
on.
forgot what it said. I think it was like borderline personality disorder or
Some
some
hater shit.
or dementia or something.
Dementia.
No, it wasn't dementia.
Can you imagine you send your kid to therapy because you think he's like sad, and then he comes back and he's like, actually, your son has Alzheimer's.
It's very early onset, which sucks.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. He just listened for a while, but I don't know. Now my dad referred me to this guy because I just like I still trying like I moved out, So I haven't I haven't lived with my dad in a while. Anyway, I go to lunch with him, try and keep up. But
Yeah.
I think like just the last 4 times I just worried him, so he was like, "Hey, I think you should see this therapist." Um, and I went to him. He's a nice guy. He's a guy that's like he's bald, but he still has a ponytail. But I think it's kind of like what I need right now. Like he's one of those therapists that says fuck a lot, like on purpose, to be like,
Ooh.
those
Cool.
guys where it's sort of like it's sort of forced, but you're also like, I appreciate it. I need that from you. I need a guy who's balding but with a ponytail to show me that there's always a way to keep pushing.
Yeah. It's like he's like the cool therapist.
Yeah, sort of. But it was good. Like it was only one session, but then I would like say things and then he would be like, "Why would you say that?" Like not aggressively, but he'd be like point out when I was being mean to myself and I'd be like, "Damn. I didn't know that was happening."
Wait, so would he just stop you mid sentence?
Sort of, not really, kind of till but if it was like something pretty obvious, yeah.
What would he say?
Like
What would he
just
say? Stop it, girl. You've
um
worked too damn hard,
he walked
too damn
across
long.
he walked across the room and took his thumb and index finger and put it on one side of my mouth and then like zipped it to the other. And then
Wow.
he said, "Hush." And I for a moment I sort of thought he was going to say something else. And then I just sat there for 40 minutes not saying a damn thing.
So weird.
Yeah.
But what do you think of him?
He's cool. He's nice. I mean, yeah, because I was like talking about something that like some achievement, and I was like, I think that happened like a year ago. I don't know. I'm bad with time. And then he was like, he was like, why would you even care about that? He's like, you could just say something positive about the achievement. He's like, you just don't care about how long ago that was, and that's fine. And it is very funny to like need to go to an adult just so they will tell you that it's fine to not care about certain things.
What
Like,
was it that you weren't?
like that I didn't that like I was like, oh yeah, I'm bad at remembering certain dates, and then he was like, or you just like don't give a fuck about those things, and that's fine. And I was like, oh, I thought I had to remember everything. Thanks.
Thanks.
And I
That's cool though that he's actually giving you because I've had like one cool therapist and the rest I'm like but it's cool that he seems to be like pointing shit out in the moment, which I think is probably pretty helpful long term.
I think that's the best thing. Yeah, it's like when a therapist can like identify what you're saying means, but then also like be able to help you with it. Because the other guy would be like, "That's what we call blank," and I'm like, "You're what I call a guy who's gonna get a goddamn knuckle sandwich," and that's what I'd
Yeah.
say to him. And I gave him a knuckle sandwich, but
Yeah.
it's been okay. I don't know. I'm glad I got into therapy. I had an angry outburst recently, um, at the
Where at?
mall, at a mall parking lot,
Mhm.
because I went out to get food with my friend, and we decided to get takeout and then just eat it at the top of the parking lot at the mall, you know.
Mhm.
And so we go up there, and then immediately like a security guard comes up and just flashes his lights at us, and you know, you know me, Dylan. You know I'm a rebel. I skated to keep my friends for 2 years, so I can't stand security guards. I can't stand authority. Um, and then he like comes up and then looks at us, like roll down your window, and then I'm already at like a 10, you know, because you've seen me get like extremely angry. I
Mhm.
I'm already at like the top, you know, and
Yeah.
so I'm like, what? And then he's like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, we're eating. And then he's like, well, you can't be up here. And then it just devolved into being like, I can't be up here and eat food. And then just a lot of like, you know, like, is that what's important to you, that I'm eating food up here? And then just driving away with my friend, still screaming out the window, and like so mad that I'm like digging my nails into the steering wheel and like picking shit out of it. It was pretty cool, to be honest. It felt great for like half a second.
See, I know that's not like probably,
Fuck. God
but
damn.
did it cut out again?
Yeah, you said I know it's probably, and then you came back on but the.
I said I know it's probably not a good thing that you yelled at the guy, but also seems like that guy seems like a lot of security guards have a power complex because they didn't become police officers and try to flex authority when there's things that like that's not even bothering anybody. You
Right.
eating, you know.
And it's because he was like, this is the employee parking on top. And I was like, well, that rule is probably so you have a reason to, like, for like, you don't like smoking weed. I don't know. I mean, the reason, anyway. But I always wonder, like, with security guards, it's like, yeah, it's like, do they all want to be cops? Or are some guys just security guards and they take that seriously? Because that's even, I think, a worse guy. Like, the cop
Yeah.
thing is like, at least you, like, had more of a career in mind, like a shitty one, albeit, but at least you had, like, a career and you failed. So now your bitterness, it's from failure. And I can respect that. But if you just want to be good at your security guard job, that's evil.
Yeah.
That's evil,
That,
Dylan.
that really is. And especially like these these times, like LA, like none of the restaurants are open. Or do they have outdoor dining now?
They did, but I was like, yeah, I mean, we could just, because it was also outside. So I was just like, obviously. So I was like, well, we could just eat it in the car because it's going to be fucking cold anyway, you know? So
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's like that's the thing where it's like it's not even everything's weird right now. So it's just so weird to just like I know it sounds dumb, but in the midst of everything, even on your job, to be like, I have to kick these people out. Which I wonder though is I wonder if his boss is just terrible. Like if the boss is just terrible to him, and that's why he's such a dick. Because then there's more of a reason. But if he simply wants to be a good security guard, then
Then fuck him.
then
Yeah.
fuck him. And I would never allow him on the podcast. I want to be very clear.
Sorry, you fucked up your shot.
Yeah.
And now you can never be on Pork Butt.
And if anyone listening to this is a security guard, if we ever
Well, we
meet,
have a lot of security. We have to tread carefully because most of our audience are security guards.
well, what I was going to say is like, listen, if you're a security guard out there, I don't have a problem with you. The only thing is, if I ever go to your place of business where you're the security guard, you have to let me be where I'm not supposed to be. You have to allow that. If you're a fan of the show, you have to allow me go into the employee lounge and touch stuff.
What's it to you?
What's it to you? Hey, I'm Cooper Leiden. What's it to you?
What's it to you? Guess what, bitch? I'm back.
Oh, guess what?
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? Oh, we had a podcast? Sorry.
Have you told your therapist about it? Because you were saying originally, I think you brought this up because of.
Oh, yeah.
You said you had an angry outburst.
Yeah, I told him.
Oh wait. Before going to that though, what was the security guard saying when you were chewing him out?
Well, he was kind of like pissed too. So it really just became just a fight between two guys. Because he was like,
so he was shouting back.
Yeah, he was like, you got to get out of here right now. And I was like, all right. Because it's like, and then he got out of his car and I was like, are you going to punch my car? But yeah, then I was driving away and I was like, like, I hope you have a shitty night, you this. And then he was also yelling. He's like, you fucking bitch. And it is so funny too. Because I think that's what made it obvious that guy was probably just pissed because it just became just a fight. But
yeah,
I mean, also, I don't know. I bring in a lot of negative energy because people be like,
"Eat a sandwich at the car."
What was I eating? It wasn't. It was like a fried fish taco. That it probably would have fallen apart and would have been radish everywhere. That's not intimidating,
Yeah, radishes are probably the least intimidating vegetable.
Unless I threw like a green onion, like a long one. That would not be intimidating.
Yeah.
That would not be
just kind of, it's like pretty light vegetable too.
It's a really light vegetable. A bay leaf wouldn't even, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah. He might not even know it's a bay leaf. He probably just
wouldn't even use it for a stew.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something to think about.
I told him about that. Yeah, the first session, I was like, I should probably tell him about a few things, and probably that should be one of them. And
what did he say?
He honestly didn't even. I don't know. It's like he didn't really respond. I think it was good because he didn't even respond totally to the situation itself, but he was kind of just responding to like the collection of the things I was saying and kind of like what that implied. So it's like when I told him that, he wasn't like, whoa, why'd you do that? Like he kind of let it pass and then I inevitably kept talking and then we kind of just, it seemed like he was always addressing what I was talking about even if it wasn't necessarily directly, Because sometimes I feel like you would tell that to a therapist and he'd be like, well, why'd you do that? And it's like, well, because I'm bad. Because, sir, I'm bad.
You know what I would say if I was your therapist? Like, just say, like, the last sentence of that story, like, how it made you feel, the security guard thing, and I'll pretend I'm your therapist.
Okay. And, I don't know, yeah, it's like it felt kind of cool for a couple seconds, but then you just feel terrible after.
You're a fucking freak. I've had a lot of patients in here, and I've never heard a story so vile and disgusting. What? You should be ashamed of yourself.
What?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Are you serious?
I think you should leave.
This is our first session. This is our first session.
I know that I said
Okay,
anything. You can tell me anything, but that was the one thing I don't think you should have,
listen,
and you failed,
I'll
and you
admit
owe
it.
me $700.
I'll admit it. That was the first thing I said when I came into the office. I did not tell you my name. I immediately started telling that story. That is weird. Nonetheless, I feel like your judgment's a little invalid.
Whatever, freak.
No, why are you being like this? You were highly referred.
I'm a bully therapist.
This is that's a thing?
I might fucking hit you. I'm like,
No, no. How much? And you charge $700 for this?
Yeah, for a consultation.
This isn't even a session?
No.
What happens in the actual sessions? Because this is rough.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I mean, kind of, but I don't think I want to be a part of it.
I know exactly what's wrong with you, and I know exactly how to fix it, and it's easier than you think. But now, after you told me that story, nope.
You know, to be frank, I thought you were using the MMA gym as an office just sort of because it's cheaper after hours. But now I realize you're trying to fight me.
You want to meet in the parking lot, Cooper? I'll drop this
We're
notepad.
in an MMA gym. We're in an MMA gym. Why do we have to meet in the parking lot to fight?
I wasn't even writing any of the shit down on paper. I was just scribbling, just doodling.
And then you show me the paper, and it's just a stick figure. It just says loser.
Just you sitting in the chair like a stick figure. Duh, 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 I'm a fucking loser.
What if someone was like just loved pranks so much, so they like went to college and like like got all the graduate and everything, and like got all the qualifications to be a licensed marriage and family therapist, and then just like started getting clients, and every single one would just like they just within 5 minutes you'd be like, oh yeah. Oh, that must have made you so sad. What are you going to do, kill yourself?
Oh, must have made you so sad when your parents died in that car accident.
She's like, person's just like, yeah, that was, definitely the worst day of my life. And then you're just like,
was it?
Is your refrigerator running? What? What? Is your refrigerator running? What do you you better go get it, you fucking idiot. I'm taking you off Lexapro.
Get the hell out of my office.
God.
That would be a really fun prank.
That's gotta feel like shit if you get kicked out of therapy. Where the fuck? Where do you go?
Like Tony Soprano.
Like Tony Soprano. I guess you just can't continuously harass your therapist. Just every. God, that would be awful. That really.
Well, you know what I didn't realize, Cooper?
What?
I rewatched Goodfellas for the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The lady who plays the therapist in The Sopranos, she's Ray Liotta's wife in Goodfellas.
Right, yeah.
Did not know that.
She's
a
on
lot
the
of
other
people
side.
in Goodfellas are in The Sopranos.
It seems like there's just a ring of guys in mob movies. I mean, you got the Holy Trinity: Pacino, De Niro, and Pesci. PDP.
Yeah.
But,
one of my favorite scenes in Goodfellas is when Pesci is giving Ray Liotta shit. It's like, oh, you think I'm funny? You think I'm funny, motherfucker, like a clown? And then it's all a joke. And then a server comes up and reminds him that the bill is due. And he beats the shit out of him and smashes all these glasses over him and kicks him.
Yeah, that's why I like mob movies, because like everyone's like, these guys are awesome, because all the violence they're inflicting is just always on like anyone around them. But then a lot of times the movies will end with, like one of the mob guys killing another one of the mob guys, and you're like, damn, I can't believe Frankie was a sociopath enough to kill Mikey. And it's like they have said multiple times to each other that all they care about is money. And it's like...
Yeah, and, they go to... Just earlier the episode, they killed a bread maker because the bread wasn't right.
Yeah, that is just a part in like every single mafia movie. I feel like, where just there's just always a part where it's like getting food or something small, and he's like, "Hey, is this my shoe that you signed? You shined my shoe?" And then just 2 minutes later, he's just beating up like an 80-year-old man.
Yeah, for real. Fucking they Vinny, or no, Paulie. I mean, Paulie gets shot by Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. He plays like a kid waiter,
Really?
and then he doesn't get Pesci's drinks fast enough, so he shoots. Well, first he beats the shit out of him and breaks his arm or his leg, and then he
Oh,
recovers, and then he's like, "Fuck you" to Joe Pesci,
I remember that, and
and then they
it's a
just
big
shoot
problem.
him.
I didn't realize
Kill
that
him.
was him. Damn. God, we are back in action, Dylan.
Yeah,
I feel like we make ourselves tired on the podcast sometimes.
I know. Well, I think you know what it is. I think whenever we talk about mob stuff, it reminds me of like falling asleep to episodes of Sopranos. So it kind of puts me in like a sleepy mood.
Yeah, that show truly would just knock you the fuck out. And it's weird because I think you liked it.
I loved it. I
You
thought it was
did.
an amazing
I know.
show.
That was so funny. It's like we'd watch it and you'd be like, man, yeah, there's like so many great parts of the show. And then we would just so many times I'd just look over and I'd be like, I don't even know if Dylan likes it. You slept through the series finale. I mean, I think we've already been over this, but
Because literally tens of hours to get to that pivotal last episode.
this is insanity. This is insanity. You snored, and I would pause it, go downstairs, and be literally furious, like wanting to like punch my leg out of anger. And
Yeah.
I'd come back and start it, and you'd be like, "What happened? Why wouldn't you?" And I was like, "I don't want to be angry about this right now."
Well, you know what it also was? Is like that loft is cozy, and that couch is
you
cozy.
really are
All
like
the heat rises to the loft, and you got big old plush couch cushions. Oh,
you are
and
too
it's just
susceptible.
warm and toasty.
You're too susceptible to coziness. That's your issue.
I know. Well, that's like if anyone wanted to assassinate me, they should just like
Just got a
turn on
little
the heat,
blanket.
give me a blanket, and throw on the Sopranos, and I would be out like a bulb in a minute.
You would just get kidnapped, and then they would just throw you in a room, and as long as they had like a blanket, and then just an
Yeah,
old couch,
yeah,
you would,
an old plush couch that kind of like caves in.
yeah, and you would just lay there with just no thought of anything coming, just happy
Yeah,
to be there.
and the couch was too short, to actually like stretch out. So you just kind of have to curl like a little cat.
And that's how it's.
It seemed like the couch was like sloped down, so you'd slope into it. Like it was harder to get out than it was to get in. It was like a Venus flytrap of a couch.
It,
And you just, I'm getting cozier, and I can feel the springs on the back, but they're warm.
That is such a perfect level in furniture where it's like it's kind of giving up in a major way, but not enough to ruin it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my problem. I was sleeping on a folded out futon with like a Tempur-Pedic pad on it, and that was like the most comfortable thing I've ever been involved with. But now I got this mattress that's supposed to be Tempur-Pedic, but there's a lot of fakes out there, Dylan. I mean, this might as well be packing peanuts, and I miss my futon. I miss seeing wolves at the cabin. I miss.
Isn't that wild? We saw wolves and bald eagles and a bear.
Mm-hmm. It is funny, probably for people listening to this, because we talked about this probably like 2 to 3 episodes ago, but that was like half a year ago.
Almost a year.
God, why have we had this podcast for so long and not?
And we only have what, like 6 episodes.
It's under 10. I think it's about 6.
Oh, God.
Time really flies.
It really does.
You know,
it really does.
you think you have a podcast, and
Well,
you look at
dude,
things. And
I was
what were you
when
saying?
we went up to the cabin, I was 25. Then I turned 26 at the cabin, and in like 3 weeks I'm gonna be 27.
Are you excited?
I was 25 when it started, and once it seems like it'll end this year, so I'll be 27.
Yeah, that sucks for everyone that we all have to be older now. And we didn't get to do a lot in between.
I know. I didn't even have a fun birthday. Well, it was fun because you and I were hanging out together. We had
We had a German chocolate cake, and we kept it in the refrigerator until it got as hard as a rock.
Yeah. Oh my God, we kept it in the microwave.
Yes.
And it was our microwave cake.
Yeah. We had that cake for solid 3 weeks sitting in the microwave.
Yeah.
And then it was like my birthday, and then we got another cake, and we did the exact same thing.
Did we?
Honestly, I think we did it with 3. At first, there were brownies that became rock hard, and then there was a German chocolate cake. That was really interesting because it kind of became like a sculpture because it was like stacked, but then it all became the same consistency of hardness.
Yeah.
And then like rock hard, like you would have to like chisel it, and then. Yeah, and then I got a cake, and then we let that sit and get rock hard.
I think we just had to throw out the plate because it was.
I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah.
I think it was literally cemented to the ceramic.
You know, Dylan, we have a fun thing of just sort of letting things sit, you know?
What if you could take 2 mentally ill people and trap them in a cabin for 3 months?
You give them...
What would you...
Well, what they would do is actually just watch the entirety of The Sopranos.
I know, you'd think that we'd do a lot more, but if there's a TV anywhere, you just end up doing things that are TV related. Like, you just watch shit.
I would sit around and be like, I wonder what this would be like if there wasn't the TV. Because it might have been a vastly different experience.
Yeah.
I might have decided to move.
What do you think it would have been like if there's no TV at all?
We would probably revert. We would probably still play board games. Honestly, I think it would be all right. I don't think it would be that bad, to be completely honest. I think we probably just speak to each other.
And we've talked about this. But we, for the amount of time we spent together, I think we did pretty well.
Oh yeah, I mean, No, yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy.
But be honest, when people ask you about it, do you say, I wish that never happened?
Okay, that entire statement is ridiculous. Because nobody has like just asked me about. I mean, I guess I'm blowing it out of proportion. If I've talked about it, obviously have. I guess I was thinking of people just like messaging me and just being like, "Gosh, what was that like?" I mean, whoo, fuck that guy, Dylan. What was that like? No, I say what I say on the podcast because I say what I say everywhere I go because I'm real hard as steel, you know? But I just say like, I was very surprised that I had such a fun time because sometimes I hang out with people I know for more than an hour and I just start wanting bad things to happen to them, you know? Just
Well, it's weird because now that you and I are in a long distance relationship, it's like I feel like
I don't know about
starting our relationship at the beginning 3 months of being in a cabin together was a great way to start dating.
Well, we're not
now.
No, we're not. We're not
distance
dating.
is a lot easier.
We're not dating.
You know, because love
No, Dylan,
love never dies.
no,
As much
Dylan,
as
we're just
as
friends and
much
have a
as
podcast together, so we're not dating.
and yeah, like I do consider you my best friend because I
We're
love
not.
you
Okay.
more than
More than what?
more than just sexually. Um,
Dylan, that's not.
it's more of
But there is no sexually.
it's so funny how people can see the same thing and interpret it so many other ways.
Well, because it's just. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is true, and that you interpret this as a
Yeah, I guess like we're
relationship, and
friends, but
it's
like in the
not.
way that you say you're friends in your vows.
No, not that
When do
way.
you think we'll tie
No,
the knot?
Dylan, we're not. Dylan, we're friends. We're platonic friends, so I don't.
And would you take my last name, or do I take your last name, or do we both take each other's last name?
You don't even have to worry about that.
Dylan Leiden and Cooper Sullivan. Back at it again.
Why would I? Wait, why would our first names be combined? Is that like a group name for both of us?
Well, I don't know.
Dylan Leiden
Different,
Sullivan Cooper.
like it's like a thing.
No.
It feels really weird when it's like super hot and cold with you sometimes, Cooper. Because one minute you're like, we're not dating, and the next you're like,
I'm still saying that. Every minute I'm saying that we're not
but
dating.
you take me to the Grand Canyon.
I did not do that.
It's so weird.
It's not weird.
I don't know. But what about that time that you said, hey, Dylan, how's it going?
I wanted to know how you were doing. And that was it.
Yeah, I'm like how are you doing? Like, what are we?
No, in like a way of like, how do you feel personally right now about yourself and only about yourself?
You're acting weird.
I'm not. I'm not acting weird, Dylan. I'm not acting weird. I don't think I am. I'm not acting weird.
Oh my god.
Hey,
so
give it
us.
up if you agree that I'm not acting weird. Give it up. Dylan, see? They don't think I'm acting weird.
All right, let me try.
Okay.
And how about give it up for love? Oh. Cooper, this is the first time I'm hearing that we're not dating. This is so this is so weird.
There's a lot of cool sounds. Oh my god.
I like that one.
This is what should that's what should follow every time you say we're dating.
But aren't we though?
Nope. That's how you feel.
Yeah, it is. because I don't know, knowing someone and being in a relationship with someone for almost a year.
We're not in
a relationship.
It's all,
when we're not on the podcast, it's all like, I love you and I miss you and I'm so excited to be your friend, but like in a love sort of way. And then when we get on the podcast, it's all like, oh no, we're just friends.
I could share with all the fans all of our texts and calls and voicemails if you want, just to prove that that's a lie.
Cooper, everyone knows it would be fake news.
You think I would doctor text messages?
I don't know. Does Bloomberg love bloomin' onion rings?
I don't know.
So think about that.
Michael Bloomberg?
I meant the whole entity.
I did have a bloomin' onion with Michael Bloomberg recently.
Oh my god, Bloomin' with Bloom.
Yeah, I had
and Orlando Bloom was the waiter.
Orlando Bloom was the waiter, and also Muammar Gaddafi's corpse was there.
Coop.
Well,
do you think...
What?
if we did have a wedding,
We're
I'm
not.
sure we probably will.
Nope.
Do I wear the dress, or would you wear the dress?
I like the idea of like a gay guy that's like saying the same shit as straight dudes, where he's like still just being
Still doesn't
homophobic
get
to
it.
himself, where he's like, wait, so who's the girl? And it's,
Oh my god. Well, I'm kind of in a situation. I don't know if I should talk about it in the podcast, but I doubt anyone would listen.
wow. So you can already tell they're not committed.
Yeah. Hey, so I know this is our fourth date, and I'm just wondering if you're caught up on pork butt.
Because there's only 6
Did you
episodes,
listen
but
to the
we're
latest episode? So
trying to put more stuff out now. So I hope that you're excited. But
it's only like 13 hours of content, so.
But do you want to talk about it? Or are you involved with another closed off person?
I love how you said, "Are you involved with another closed out person?" Like this is a reoccurring theme.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's your fault. I'm just saying it's a thing that's happened to you a few times. You got guys that come in and they're playing foosball, and you're trying to win a World Series of open emotion and communication.
Well, no, see, this is the thing. I've been going on dates with a guy, and I'm the first guy he's ever gone out with. Yeah.
Oh, so like he's pretty
inappropriate of the audience.
I thought it was weird that they laughed too. I don't really know. Anyway, but
it seems kind of like they have malice in their heart.
I think they just think. I guess they're just thinking that guy's a loser. I don't know why. But
yeah, very, very shit audience.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should really. Yeah, they shouldn't do that again. But so it's just so. Yeah, do you feel like you're a guinea pig? Is it just weird?
Yes and no. We went to a bar and then we went to a gay bar, and we're sitting and we're having drinks, and he's like, "This is the first gay bar I've ever been in."
And you're just like, God damn it! This is supposed to be the casual part of this.
But the cool thing is he's got a tattoo of a panther on his head.
Really?
Yeah.
And listen, that does have nothing to do with anything you've said, but God, does it change things?
It's yeah, I thought it was like really it's a lot. But I got really excited about it.
Is it big?
It's huge. It's the side of his head.
Oh, so
has a panther on it.
Whoa. So he's bald?
Well, no, so his hair is now covering most of it, but he showed me whenever his hair's short, there's a fucking panther. I'm gonna send you. Are you able to open your phone?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna show you what this tattoo looks like.
God, that would be cool.
God, if you're listening to this, and I'm not gonna say his name, but if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but this is pork butt, and we really had to. I had to show Cooper.
Yeah, and listen, I didn't, you didn't say anything about him being closed off. I put that onto him. As far as I know, he just has a panther head.
Yeah, and
if you're listening to this, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
I just sent
that. Oh, that's crazy. It's got lightning bolts coming out the back of it too. That's. Yeah. I wouldn't think it was a panther, but that does look cool. Wow.
Yeah.
That's. Gosh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
He doesn't have any friends.
Is that true?
Yes, I asked him. He doesn't have anyone from his childhood. He went to school for a little bit, and no friends there because he was living with his brother. I asked him, and I was like, "Do do you have any like friends, like a best friend or like a childhood friend? And he's like, well, I was homeschooled,
Oh my god.
and I'm the first guy he's ever, you know, been on a date with. It's
Scary.
oh yeah.
That's
I
pretty
mean like
wild to not have a friend group but have a panther head tattoo. I mean, I guess I don't know. It just seems like that's something you would kind of be part of a circle for that. It's kind of interesting to just be at home and just be like, I need to look badass. It doesn't not make sense, but it is. That's pretty homeschool.
yeah. But you know what the funny thing is? But other than that, um he's like really funny. Like I remember we started talking on Tinder and he was just like joking about mesothelioma. And I was like, oh, like he's got dark humor, so that's kind of cool.
Right.
But I feel like I'm definitely putting myself in a situation that will inevitably crash and burn.
Yeah. I mean, there are parts of it that seem. I mean, yeah, it does seem tough for if you're looking for like a long term thing. He might
I
not
don't know,
be the guy.
but
But
I have been thinking about getting a face tattoo.
really,
Yeah,
what? What do you want to get?
I was thinking like a cheeseburger on my forehead.
Dead center.
Yeah, like kind of like with like it's glowing in the background, like it has beams of light kind of coming from behind it.
And you're
And it's like,
you're gonna get that on your forehead?
yeah, dude, I think I could rock a face tattoo because if you remember, I tried to recreate Ryan Gosling's look
Yes.
from Place Beyond the Pines at the cabin, bleaching my hair, putting
Yeah.
little cross tattoos on my. I think I could pull off a face tattoo.
Now that I think of it, it is funny that we talked about like, oh, two mentally ill people in a cabin, they'll just watch The Sopranos. But I mean, yeah, you did as a 25-year-old man join TikTok, learn how to do your hair the way 14-year-olds do, then bleached it, then drew on your face and documented all of it to an app that steals your information.
Yeah, things were going pretty well.
You were doing awesome. You were. But do you really want to get a face tattoo? Like, what is that a plan?
Yeah,
You gonna get
I
a?
think it. I think you're kind of making me feel weird about wanting a face tattoo.
Well, you did say it was gonna be a cheeseburger on your forehead. Is that really the plan?
It was.
But not like. Did you mean dead center, or do you mean like temple?
No, like a giant cheeseburger dead center in my forehead with beams of light coming from behind it, so it's like a glowing cheeseburger.
How big? So you're like 3x3?
Like the size of my fucking forehead. I don't know why I have those.
So like as wide and as high as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
So what if it just doesn't look like a regular burger though? What if it's that'll just look insane then? That'll look awful.
I've really been trying to do things for myself this year.
It's a terrible idea.
I
It's something you're doing to yourself, not
feel
for
like
it.
I really just spent a lot of time worrying about what other people think about me and not living authentically, which can be very taxing. And hearing this pushback on my cheeseburger face tattoo is
With beams of light.
with beams of light. I just want to be me, Coop.
Is that who you think you are?
Yeah, that's how I've always been. You know me.
Don't say you know me when you're talking
You
about getting.
know me, Coop.
Don't say you know me when you're talking about getting a cheeseburger on your head.
You know what I am.
I know what I am.
You know what I am, and it's about time that I know what I am.
I know you're not cheeseburger.
I'm gonna dye my hair again, Coop.
Don't do it.
Why?
Kallista.
I know.
Yeah. Think about it.
I know.
Think about
She's
it.
been trying to sabotage me since the beginning, but
Well,
I was
Dylan,
thinking of doing purple hair.
you got close
Have you
to
noticed Dan Donahue copied me?
that. He didn't copy you, Dylan.
Yeah. Well, it's like
He just
I
bleached his hair
cement my
too.
place as like the hot guy that takes chances, and I bleach my hair,
I don't.
and I'm hot, and I do good things for the world. And then Dan Donahue's over here like, oh, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help the unhoused and also bleach my hair. And then everyone's gonna think I started this idea when in reality I was the first person I think ever to bleach their hair and do good things for people.
I bleached my hair a few years before you did.
No, but I bleached it before that.
No.
Yeah, I did.
No.
I had frosted
No.
tips when I was 5 years old,
It's not
and I
full bleach.
remember a fashion
It's not full bleach.
star walked past me and said, "Ooh, we should try to catch that on." And I was also
Fashion
I made
star.
yeah, a fashion star.
So is that a model?
I don't know how I can be more clear.
You're not being clear.
A fashion
all.
star.
A fashion star.
Yeah.
What's the name of like what's a fashion star? Can you name one?
Oh, there's so many.
Name
Gertrude Gabenjack.
Gertrude Gabajack? What does he do?
Yeah.
What does he
You
do?
got
What do they do?
they
Yeah.
do a lot in fashion. They're a fashion star.
I think this entire story's bullshit.
Stop! Everything feels like a punch.
Well, because I'm cutting and
I'm
merciless.
just trying to put myself out there. I'm like,
You're not trying to put yourself out there. You keep lying, Dylan.
you didn't call. You never call. And I don't know what to do. Coop, I've been messed up for a really long time, and I haven't had the courage to speak
Well,
for a long time. A long time, Cooper.
then call me after we're done
Very
recording.
sad.
Don't. And Dylan.
Very lonely. And I'm dating guys that aren't gay.
You gotta stop doing
I'm
that.
gonna dye my hair again, and everything feels like a shotgun shell.
If I date one more guy that's not gay, I will dye my hair.
You bitches wanted it.
You
And
get
here
what
you
you
got it.
fucking deserve.
Dylan's the fool. Dylan's the fool again because he dyed his hair and he has a cheeseburger face tattoo. Well, joke's on me.
Ooh, time to dip thy nose in red paint again.
Dylan dated Kim Jong-un. Dylan styles for Milo Yiannopoulos. What an idiot.
You really can't do anything right, can you?
I feel like I put up a block and the world knocks it down.
Yeah. Because you keep making the
And
wrong
then
decisions.
who's there crying at the end of the day without a block for it?
You.
It's me.
It's
Coop.
you. It's you.
It's me.
You gotta build.
And the cheeseburger tattoo didn't even come out good. It was like
Wait, you got it?
I got a really inexperienced tattoo artist because I thought people need chances, but that's not a person that you should give that type of chance to.
This seems like a tough tattoo.
$40 for it, and it was really bad. And I know $20 of it was just like gas money.
Where was it? Was it done in a studio or in a car?
No, it was done in it was done in a Chili's.
In a booth? Like at a table?
Yeah.
Why did they let you
lean my head back into it and shit?
Yeah, wait, what is on your head? Did you were you sitting in a chair the whole time?
Coop.
How long did it take?
So bad.
You could have just waited to get it.
I know. I could have.
All right.
So when you shoot me down, it doesn't feel good.
All right. Well, the next time we do this, I'll keep that in mind.
And honestly, Cooper, if we're gonna keep on dating,
We're
I
not
need these
dating.
sorts of things to change.
We're not dating.
Yeah, I know we're on a break, but
We're not on a break because
it's
we
like
were dating before.
so weird.
It's not weird.
Yeah, we're not dating, we're in love. Okay, I
We're
get it.
not in love.
I get your analogies. Okay,
It's not even an
I get your
analogy.
metaphors.
Okay.
Get your symbolism.
Dylan, we're over. Dylan, we've been doing this for about, hour and 15 or so.
Okay, well, let's end it on a happier note because I really want to come out of this with some sort of catharsis because God knows I need it.
Okay. Well, on a happy note, you know, no matter how many inches of oh my god, okay. No matter how many inches of snow batter your house and take away your food, water, and power for days, and how many guys you date that you aren't sure if they're gay, and how many times you get called horrible things on TikTok, just know that I am your number one fan. Doesn't that make you feel good?
You mean that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't think I'm just a Kim Jong Un lover, stupid pants.
No, I wouldn't define you just by those couple of actions that comprised most of the last 10 years of your life. I wouldn't define you by those. No.
Thanks, Coop. That actually does make me feel better.
Of
Makes
course.
me feel less alone. Oh, have you seen Promising Young Woman?
No. Is it good?
Uh, yeah, it's a good movie. It's
Oh,
very good.
okay.
And Bo Burnham's in it. Hello, hello.
Oh,
He does
hello.
he does comedy
Oh.
actually.
Hello. Hi. Nice to see you, Bo Burnham. Hello.
Yeah, this is my Bo Burnham impression. Uh, that was a joke.
Comedy, but different.
Oh, hey Cooper. Okay, so I moved to Austin, right?
Right.
And you know how I've always had this fear of like the East Side,
Mm-hmm.
like alt rooms. Like I've never really felt accepted there, even though I really want to be.
And you were, yeah.
Do you think that that ship has sailed now, or do you think if I apologize profusely to Dan Donahue that I could come back?
You could come back. You don't have to apologize. You can come back.
Do you think that Do you think that they would accept me one day?
Of course they would, Dylan. And Austin's like super super liberal. Sam was saying it's more than a lot of places in LA.
Yeah, but I think just sometimes people get a mixed conception because the governor.
Yeah. I think most people know that Austin though is like the exception, and that's why they're like more cool because they really try to be the exception.
Well, see, I love all parts. I was born in San Antonio. Most of my family's there. I like San Antonio. I haven't been to a lot of other places in Texas, but it seems nice.
You're a Texas baby now.
I know, but I don't want to lose all my friends.
You're not gonna lose all your friends, Dylan.
Really?
You said you wanted to end on a happy note.
This is making me happy. Wait,
uh,
okay. Here, let's end on a happy note. Nothing makes me happy more than shitting on our worst enemy of all time, Callista. What have you heard about her lately? Because I know she's just been fucking creating a mess wherever she goes. So
yeah. I don't know. It's you're gonna be mad, but I did talk to her recently. Um,
wait, what?
it's not really something I planned on happening. It's just that like she came to my house covered in blood, and I mean at first I closed the door on her, and then she walked outside. She got bitten by a dog, and it got worse. So I just let her in, and we just started talking about like everything that's been going on with like Tristan trying to murder her and like all her friends and her family. And I don't know. I started to feel like maybe things had started getting overblown.
I'm I'm confused. Why did you let her in the house? She was bleeding out. That could have been the best thing for us.
I know. I'm kidding. I
Oh
totally
my
let her bleed
god!
out.
Oh my god! You almost had me.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Oh my
she totally
god!
died. Yeah.
Stop!
Yeah,
God, thank God! Fuck her!
she knocked on the door
Ah,
and I was
gross.
like, yeah, I'll call the cops. And I just like,
Oh my god!
yeah, I called the cops and told them that, she was on PCP and she was starting
Oh,
to bleed out by the time the cops got there and then they shot her. So things ended super well.
oh my god! Fucking finally!
Yeah.
We've been waiting all our lives.
Oh, seriously,
Oh
such
my
a long
god!
time coming.
You
Isn't it?
really scared me, Cooper.
I did.
Oh my
Isn't it
god!
isn't it a
Is it
relief
April
though?
1st or what? Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god.
it was around then, yeah. Um
Oh god, I hope Tristan like felt that.
yeah, I mean, like I made sure that she was buried in an unmarked grave. Um
Cool.
and yeah, it's been pretty cool. Tristan's been like, tweeting about it and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, I saw his tweets. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like really cool on Twitter now, actually. I never thought I'd say it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
well that
Mm.
that makes me feel a lot better, Coop.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for saying that. That
Yeah.
does make me feel better.
Yeah.
This was a good episode of Pork Butt, I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, I had a lot. This is great, and we need to do this consistently because I mean, Dylan, like you said, the streets are talking. They're saying, "Where's Pork Butt?
Oh my god, where's Pork Butt?
Where's Pork Butt? Have you
Why?
seen?
Where's Pork Butt?
Where's Pork?
It's witchy. Oh my god.
I'm scared. It's tiny."
Life has been so witchy without Pork Butt, and it gets witchier when there's Pork Butt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like,
Witchmatic, fantastic.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, Cooper Lyden, I would love to keep doing this. And we really, I mean, we've been talking about it the last 5 episodes, but it really would be cool if we like recorded ourselves on video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
But I think the industry is moving more towards audio. People are stepping away from apps like YouTube, like apps like Instagram, like apps like TikToks, and they just want to listen to radio.
People
They just
miss
want
the
to.
radio.
People miss the radio and bells and chimes.
Radio is back.
We're back, baby.
But yeah, no. Next, we'll start setting up a video and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
sweet
cool, man.
cheeks. Well, I'll call you soon then.
Okay, well, Coop, thanks for keeping it porky, and I hope all is well.
Of course. Talk to you soon, love. Bye bye.
Bye, pork butters.